Hey there, welcome to the Gyro Step, a Milwaukee Bucks podcast, proudly a part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and GSPN, and presented by our pals at PrizePicks, where you, yes you, can use code EuroStep to get $50 when you play your first $5 lineup, win or lose. I am Ty Windisch, one of your hosts, and triumphantly joined by the return of Rohan Katti. Rohan, welcome back to the Gyro Step. I missed you, buddy.
I missed you too. I missed being on the pod. It's been a few weeks here. I think
Yeah,
this is definitely like the longest it's been since I've really been on a pod, and it feels wrong.
yeah.
It does.
Well, you
It,
missed a lot been
yep.
going on lately. You actually did. I hyped it up, so I didn't prep you on this beforehand. But before anything else, we're going to do AJ Green extension rumors. We're going to do Giannis EuroBasket, and then we're going to talk about our ideal Bucks rotations. You're a big Cole Anthony guy. They got Cole Anthony. You have not gotten a podcast about Cole Anthony. I don't know how much more I can say, but the floor is yours. Express your excitement over Cole Anthony signing with the Milwaukee Bucks on a 1-year veteran minimum contract.
I'm really excited. I'm not going to belabor the point. I know this has been talked about, and did a great job talking about that on the last episode. It's really nice, right? Like this is a guy is we were talking about as free agency happened, and it was like, oh, what? Watch out for Cole Anthony as a Bucks buyout target. Uh, and it kind of happened, which is one cool. I called
Yeah,
my shot. I like when
yeah,
that happens. Uh, and two, it's just you have to, if you're the Bucks, you have to be able to acquire young talent in by whatever means necessary, right? You don't have a lot of draft assets. You don't have any sort of real trade chips to be able to say, okay, I want to go get a younger guy. I think the Bucks, they've done a great job working around the fringes and trying to get younger players, and this is just another example of that. You get a guy in Cole Anthony who kind of became he was part of the Desmond Bane trade, and Memphis does not need any more point guards on their roster. So you get a guy who is a former first round pick, and again, that's when you say former first round pick, you know that things aren't going well. But it's true in this case because he's always sort of been in this Magic team where they've had a lot of cooks in the kitchen, right?
yeah.
They've had a lot of guard prospects. They've had a lot of guys coming in and out. And Cole Anthony has never really gotten a chance to shine. Do I think he's a star prospect? Absolutely not. Do I think that he can be a good, reliable role player in the NBA for many, many years? I believe
He
so.
already has
And if you're
been.
the Bucks, exactly. You get a guy who has a defensive tenacity, can get downhill, athletic, bouncy, this type of guy. You don't turn that down, right? Especially with the point guard position where the Bucks are going to be in flux for this season. You know, they have Kevin Porter Jr., Ryan Rollins. That's not necessarily how you want to go into a season. Like we're both high on like Ryan Rollins and his ability to take over that starting spot potentially as this season goes on. But as of now, this is a very, very inexperienced point guard room for the Bucks. They need guys who have been in the league for a while, are able to handle the ball, and be able to make good decisions around Giannis, facilitating a lot of this offense. And I think Cole Anthony can really be that guy. He can come in, he can be kind of a spark off the bench. He can be a good defender in defensive heavy lineups. You can go small with lineups involving Cole Anthony because he is a rangy defender. It just makes sense, right? It makes sense for the Bucks to be like, you know what? If our weakest spot is point guard, which I don't think it is, but yeah, they have some holes on the on the roster a little bit. If one of our weak spots is point guard, we're going to be able to sign a guy who is a young player who we can maybe see being a part of this franchise going forward, or at least take a shot. Right? It's a 1-year vet min. You
Yeah.
take a shot. You see what you've got. This is the lowest cost you can get for a young player who can still grow in the NBA.
Yeah, and I think the more I think about this one, probably one of the weirder buyouts we've ever seen in the league
Such a weird buyout.
because it was a reasonable contract. He was not like some malcontent. And like, yes, they have guards, but your starting point guard's Ja Morant, who, due to a bevy of reasons, has not played a lot of games per season ever. Really? I mean, maybe he's got like one. It's very common for him to miss a lot of games. I like Scottie Pippen Jr. as much as the next guy, but I do think there's a world where Memphis kind of looks back in February and goes, oh, it would have actually been nice to have a guy who stays ready and embraces a bench role coming and scoring some points for us. I mean, I know they pluck players out of nowhere all the time, and I'm sure they'll do that again, but it probably one of the weirder ones where it's like nobody would have just taken this guy. You know what I mean? Like no team was like, yeah, I'll take Cole Anthony for free on, what was it, like $10 million? I mean, it wasn't a huge contract. Very odd summer with some of the buyout things and like that range of salary becoming like a black hole to teams or like a bomb. Like Terrence Mann takes a first to get off. Like again, I think Terrence Mann can play too. Some of these decisions are a little weird. I think the second apron maybe overscared some teams, but it sure worked out for the Bucks, to your point. I also want the one Cole Anthony development sense. Did you see his signing video? Actually, two developments. He was so moved by the custom pen and watching. It said, if you're listening, you didn't see it. The Bucks posted it. It says Cole Anthony on it. It's like a Bucks pen, very nice pen that he signed the contract in Vegas. The Bucks were very happy to see him, of course. And what I got from that is like, oh, Orlando is cheap. Because he acted like the custom pen was like, I don't even, like they gave him a car. He was like, what, for me? Really? Like, what is Orlando doing down there where they gave him that big contract and everything, and he was a starter a couple times in his career, and the pen moved Cole Anthony in a big way.
It was very funny. But then also the other Cole Anthony thing, he's going to be wearing number 50, just like his dad did in Milwaukee, which I think is really cool. The Bucks social team has honestly been really killing it over the last year. Yeah. It's been awesome. Like the graphics have been on point. Like I'll give credit where credit's due. Like they've been killing it.
They got rid of the rejected XXL Cypher music on the highlights. Like it's been a lot. It's been a lot better.
They've come a long way.
They've come a long way.
But before we get too deep into things, Ty, I do want to give one shout out. And that is Tuesday, August 5th. The Jordan Tresky is going to be holding an event at Boswell Books. Make sure you RSVP. The link is in it's somewhere on his Twitter.
It's all over. Yeah, we'll share it too.
Make
we'll
sure
put
you
it in
buy
the
book.
pod too.
I don't know if it's reversed on my feed right now.
No, you got it.
Video. Oh, is it not reversed?
No, it looks good on mine. I don't know what's going on with you.
Perfect. Yeah. Building the Milwaukee Bucks, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Oscar Robertson, and the rapid rise of an NBA franchise by our good friend Jordan Tresky. Make sure you go get this book. It's an incredible read. And just want to make sure, shout out that event, Boswell Books, Tuesday, August 5th at 6:30 p.m. Make sure you go sign up, RSVP. It'll be a great time. A lot of good Bucks people there. Yeah,
and if you're, a Zoomer, Rohan's going to be there. That's how. Will you sign people's books too?
I would not do that in front of Jordan.
But no, only after. Like if they wanted yours and Jordan's, would you also?
I mean, I guess. I don't think anyone needs that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to offer more carrots here. Not that anyone should need them, but I know it's been a hot signature to get. I think Jordan signed a Waterworld DVD once, so this is like a long-standing GSPN thing, and it doesn't matter if there's like a real relationship or not. You're mentioned in the book, so it's closer than the Jordan Waterworld piece. Yeah.
It was funny. Remember when we did a giveaway for Miran Fader's book?
Did you? Yeah, I was gonna say, did you sign Miran's book? Yeah, you have a long history of signing things. One book.
That was so funny.
So that's the only. I mean, that person could send that into like PSA. That's the only auto Rohan on Giannis the incredible rise of an MVP. I think, or sorry, Miran, if I forget the main part is Giannis. That's the part to remember. I have that book too. It just says Giannis on the side, actually. I see it, so I feel good about that now. Do that. Buy the book. Right, buy the book. Buy the book. Yeah, I was going to say, if you're a Zoomer, it's on ebook, too, I noticed on Amazon. So if you want to do it that way, it's also available that way. But I prefer to hold the book personally, so that's why I got the physical. But you can do either. You can go get it at Boswell at the event. That might sell out. It's going to be a hot ticket, but go. And subscribe to the new Talk of the Tundra YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, we kicked them off of our channel. They are expanding. Baby bird leaving the nest. So go search up Talk of the Tundra and make sure you subscribe. Newmock's doing shorts. He really feels unleashed there. I feel like he thought we were stifling his creativity. So he's flying now. He's making shorts. He's doing all sorts of things. So make sure to go check that out too.
Training camp started. Just listen to Tot in general.
Yeah, listen to Tot. They're doing offense and defense training camp stuff. They're going to be busy. The Packers have a lot going on, as they always do. So check that out.
And if we're doing plugs, cruising for bruising.
Yeah.
Brewers, best team in baseball.
Just dropped a great Brewers episode, best team in baseball, trade deadline coming up. So what a busy time for everyone except us. We do have EuroBasket coming up. Last thought on the Anthonys. Greg Anthony is underrated, one of the best color commentators in the business.
He is. And unfortunately, the bar is really low.
Yes.
But I'm always happy to hear Greg Anthony on the call. And now he's just going to have Bucks bias.
I hope he gets a lot of Bucks games. The thing about Greg Anthony, one, he's been doing it a while. His voice, like sometimes you get that calming gravitas. I listen to Greg Anthony call a game. It feels like I'm like snuggled up. I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. I think he did some 2Ks and that probably leads to it as well. But he doesn't overextend himself. Sometimes some of these, like, oh, I'm going to tell a minute-long story. I'm going to try this ridiculous phrase. We're looking at you, Mark Jones. Greg Anthony is just like, I'm just going to talk about the game. I'm going to sneak in an anecdote. I'm going to share my perspective. Like the perfect amounts. Like it's like how you shouldn't study Steph Curry if you want to be a shooter, right? Like Greg Anthony is who you should study if you want to commentate basketball games. He just does it, I think, in a very aesthetic way.
Yeah. And hopefully everything goes well with this tenure, so then he won't have an anti-Bucks bias.
I don't think he will.
I hate how I'm saying legend. That before it even starts because I'm just scarred.
He's a Bucks legend, number 50, like you said, in honor of his dad. But that's Cole and Greg Anthony. That's Jordan's book. That's Tot. That's Cruisin'. We got EuroBasket as well before we get to our rotation. So Giannis is part of the preliminary roster. He does plan to play.
You think he's going to make the team?
There is still space for him to not play if he didn't want to, but I think he really wants to. So yeah, I do think he will make the team. It's a 19-player roster and some notables on this roster. Unfortunately, and actually I'm surprised to see no Giannis Antetokounmpo. Even on the prelim roster, where I thought he was cleared to play, maybe it is still injury. I'm not exactly sure there. I don't know if TA has chimed in yet. And also, no Yorgos Papagiannis, which is a loss, a dependable big center. But no Nick Kalathis and no Thomas Walkup, which I think, as those are skilled players on the Greek team, but they are just neither one is good fits with Giannis. And the fact that Walkup isn't in means Greek darling of the podcast, Tyler Dorsey, is back in. Also, Kostas Sloukas and Kostas Papanikolaou are back, who are both big-time spacey guard/wings for this team. And Kostas Antetokounmpo is back and could see more usage with no Papagiannis. So I actually think a pretty exciting roster, although they did lose some of their depth pieces that we've seen in recent years.
Yeah, it's the evolution of this roster, right? It's been leaning heavily towards like an older team these last couple of years, or not years, these last couple of competitions. And I love how we get to speak like we know the Greek national team so well, because we're
getting up there. We're getting up there. I was going to say, there's in English language, I don't know if there's many who know it better than us at this point.
We really.
If they're speaking Greek, they know it better. But I think the English speaking side or US based side, we're up there.
We will always default to the Greeks in terms of knowing the Greek national team more than us.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. On the US English based side, I'll just say English based side.
Yeah.
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think this roster it's not my favorite roster, honestly. It's not
deep.
The best I've ever seen. However, we do have to recognize that, one, this is not the Olympics.
Yep.
But it's kind of as close to the Olympics as you're going to get, because the best teams outside of the US are mostly playing in Europe, and this is EuroBasket.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough competition. I'm pretty sure Luka has already committed to playing in EuroBasket. I don't think Jokic has not committed to playing in EuroBasket. I believe. But it's still going to be a tough slate. France is always a very, very tough competition, a tough team to play, as evidenced by the last Olympics where they almost won. But it's a really tough slate of games. And thankfully, I was about to say the Bucks, the Greek national team, the European Bucks, are going to be playing at relatively reasonable times, which is very good.
Yes, it looks like they're expecting Jokic to play as of about a week ago is what I'm seeing. I don't think that picked up much I guess internationally, but that I am seeing some stories saying that. I don't think it's fully confirmed yet. One nice thing for the Greek team is I think this is a pretty manageable group. They are in Group C of EuroBasket, which includes Cyprus, Spain, tough, Italy, pretty tough, has beaten them before, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Georgia. So I've got to look at where they need to place to move on, probably first or second, or maybe there's wild cards for the third teams. But I think they should slot in ahead of Cyprus, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Georgia against our old friend Mamu. Spain and Italy got to be better probably than one of Spain or Italy.
Italy, old friend Dante is going to be playing for Italy.
Dante DiVincenzo's on Italy this year?
Yes.
Wow. I've got to look up some of these other rosters.
Unless I'm completely missing
Is my personal friend Gallo here as well?
I don't know.
Is he still? I don't know if he's still playing or not. I don't know if all their rosters are out yet. I mean, we're in the prelim roster phase anyway. The competition is not until
Dante
August.
is going to be playing.
Wow, that's going to be exciting. So we'll see who all shows up.
Recently, like a week ago, he was granted his Italian citizenship.
Wow, beating the buzzer there, Dante. Oh, here's the primary roster for Italy. Yeah, Dante, Gallo, Nicolo Melli, Simone Fontecchio. They actually have a pretty tough team. Nico Mannion. I'm not seeing Nico Mannion actually.
Oh.
Not on their preliminary roster. He played with them last time.
Dunking with Wolves.
But I don't think he's not listed on this Facebook graphic from the EuroBasket, at least.
Well.
So a couple NBA level players. And I think Gallinari is kind of a problem in European play, although obviously he is getting older.
It's going to be good competition. You don't have France, which I think is the best part for Greece in your group.
Yeah.
You don't have
France or Serbia.
Slovenia. What?
Or Serbia.
Oh, France or Serbia or Slovenia. You kind of lucked out there. You have the best. I mean, you have the best player, arguably, in the entire competition, but you 100% have the best player in your group.
Yeah, no
And we've
question.
seen in previous competitions that it doesn't really matter. I know I had mentioned like the roster is not the best I've ever seen for Greece. I feel like it's a little unbalanced. We've seen before that if you drop Giannis in these competitions, he's going to get like 30 no matter what, 30 or 40 no matter what. It's just he's such a force of nature. And I guess the good thing is he's very well rested.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of time off.
Okay, I just found all the preliminary rosters. France, it does not look like Wemby's going to play, coming off of the blood clot situation. So that's a pretty big blow to France. I'm also not seeing Rudy Gobert. So the France team is going to look a lot smaller than we're used to seeing, but they still have a lot of NBA players. Gershon Yabusele, Alex Sarr, Reece O'Shea, Frank Ntilikina, Teo Maledon, TLC, Timothé Luwawu Cabaret, old favorite of mine, Ousmane Dieng, big chance for him to show something, Bilal Koulibaly. So some good names there, but not the top end talent we're used to seeing, I'd say, from France. Germany will have Dennis Schroeder, Daniel Tice, Tristan da Silva. Did not know Tristan da Silva played for the German team, but that's fun. Isaac Bonga, who's good in these competitions. Franz Wagner, but not Mo Wagner because of the ACL, so that's a big deal for Germany's size. And I'm trying to see, I just read Italy. I'm looking for Spain here. Santi Aldama, Juancho Hernan Gomez, and Billy Hernan Gomez. Wow, no one else I recognize, actually. So not the caliber kind of Spain team. They've been turning over a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, since the what is it, the golden era guys retired.
Yeah.
Like the Gasols, your your Rudy Fernandez, Sergio I can't remember a lot. But the guys of the past.
Yeah. Lul. I think Lul was on those teams.
Yes, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So
I almost said Sergio Rodriguez, but I'm pretty sure that's a soccer player.
I think that's right. So not the same level of Spain team. So I really think it's kind of Greece and Italy for that group. So a big opportunity for the Greek team to get in the tournament, and then from there anything can happen, right? So that's always the goal, of course, from a group stage. Technically, Serbia has not put forward its preliminary roster yet, and neither has Georgia. I would assume Mamu is there, but we will see.
Yeah, we shall see.
Did you say do you have the schedule up for the times? I know it's August 27th through September 14th, but I have not seen actually the times yet. So yeah, it would be great if they were accessible to us in time zone wise.
Yes, I'm pulling it up right now. It looks like... Oh, I don't know what time zone this is in. Oh no. What time zone is this in? Sorry, this is... Okay, so the
good.
first game for Greece is against Italy on August 28th, and they play at 1:30 p.m. Central, which is really nice. Then they play against Cyprus on August 30th at 10:15 a.m. Then Georgia, 7 a.m. I think that's one of the earlier ones. Week 4 against Bosnia and Herzegovina, 7 a.m. Spain, 1:30 p.m. And then everything else is TBD. So very accessible.
What was the Italy one? Or was it the first one? I missed it.
Italy one is the first one at 1:30 p.m. on August 28th.
Nice. Mark your calendars. That'll be an important game. Thank you for the time zone translation there, Rohan.
Try my best on the spot.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I put you in a tough position. I thought you had it up based on your comment earlier. That's my bad. But, hey, we're getting back into the rhythm of things here. One spot that's always in rhythm, no matter the day, the time of year, or the last time you checked it out, is our friends at PrizePicks, the number one place to turn your sports knowledge into cash. There are millions of members, including Rohan and myself, on PrizePicks, and they have made daily fantasy sports accessible to all, especially our friends here in Wisconsin, where PrizePicks is available to play. If you've never played before, all you do is pick more or less on at least 2 players, and then you get a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash, so you can run your game all season long on PrizePicks and all year long. Pro basketball is done. We're not able to. We'll see about this tournament coming up. Maybe we can include Giannis Antetokounmpo again, but baseball is in full swing, and the Brewers look absolutely fantastic. And we are like 6 weekends from regular season football being back too. And let me tell you, waking up early on Sunday, making the PrizePicks slate for the games you're going to tune into, plus your fantasy leagues if you're in those. It's just it's such a Sunday ritual. Oh my goodness. It's I can't wait. I'm excited. I like the summer. I like the fall a lot. I think fall is probably my favorite, but man, I love those fall Sunday mornings when you just know hours and hours of football and picks upon picks on PrizePicks. So the action does not stop. And in the shorter term, baseball is heating up. Obviously, the Brewers are dominant right now. A bunch of players excelling where you can go in and go through strikeouts, RBIs, first inning runs. Andrew Vaughn, RBIs. He's got more of those than games played, or at least he has. Maybe it's caught up now. It's slowed down a little bit, but I'm still going the more than. I'm still a Vaughn believer. I'm making my call and playing for my shot to win real cash. Gotta love the PrizePicks experience. So sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5 because you don't even need to win. The $50 bonus is guaranteed. And it's Flex Friday, a great time to sign up and have a protected flex play as well. So download the app today, use code EuroStep to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup, win or lose. That is code EuroStep on the PrizePicks app to get that $50 bonus instantly. PrizePicks, run your game. All right, should we run our Bucks rotations?
Let's do it.
Oh, we never did AJ Green. We never did AJ Green.
Oh, whoops.
AJ Green extension talks ongoing per Jon Horst. Per The Athletic, Eric Nehm, quoting per The Athletic, per Jon Horst. I think that makes sense. Asked you about AJ Green. This is what Horst said. First and foremost, the day he became officially eligible to have extension conversations, he was the first call I made. I called him. We didn't dive deep into negotiations, but I just told him how much we love him, believe in him, and want him here long term. And I did the same thing with his agent, Matt Bellero, who I love and respect in this business. My brackets added. Matt Bellero used to work for the Milwaukee Bucks, started a sports agency, reps AJ Green. Should be a good relationship. End of brackets. Back to Horst. And so we've already made the contact. AJ wants to be here. AJ wants to figure something out. Obviously, we've got to figure a deal out, and we have the whole season to do it. I hope it doesn't take that long. I think they hope it doesn't take that long either, but as the dust starts to settle on a pretty busy offseason, that'll be the most important thing for us to figure out with AJ, and I know he feels the same about trying to figure it out with us. Good quotes from Jon Horst, a good 2-part exclusive interview with Jon Horst that I enjoyed reading on The Athletic, so go check out Eric Nehm's work there. But Rohan, what are your thoughts on the status of the AJ Green extension?
I think it's fine. Again, you still have so long to be able to do it, and I'm glad that they're in communication. What that that quote read to me as is, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I thought, oh, the Bucks are kind of offering him less, aren't they? Or that they just want more money. I think that's what it is. It's just I think they want both sides want an extension to happen. Both sides want him to be a Buck long term. But I think they just need to come to an agreement on the money.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would assume. The money or maybe the years. I would assume the money's probably more important to AJ
Probably
at this
the guaranteed
point.
money, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I wonder if a factor holding this up. I've done my conspiracy trade thing before. I won't do it again. It does seem like they're relatively content with this roster, so we'll talk about the rotations with this roster in a second here. I wonder if the holdup here is, man, nobody got paid by the Bucks this summer. I mean, Bobby got a nice deal. Obviously, Miles Turner got a big deal. But I would say like Green's contemporaries on the team are more like Gary Trent, barely more than vet minimum, right? Like those two,
Which
I
is
think, are
still
very
insane,
linked.
by the way.
An amazing value that has been completely overlooked by national media discussion of the Bucks. Kevin Porter Jr., I think would slot in behind AJ, but like $5 million-ish per year, like it's fine. Ryan Rollins, $3 million-ish per year. Cole Anthony vet minimum was a buyout, so a little bit different. Taurean Prince vet minimum. So a lot of these other players who I would say are relatively the same boat as AJ Green just didn't get a ton of money. So we'll see. I don't know how much that impacts things or not. Obviously, the reason for that was, hey guys, we kind of need to preserve some room here for Miles Turner, and that didn't impact AJ because he's already on the books on this contract. This is an extension starting next season, to be clear. He's under contract for this season. Technically, I think it just fully guaranteed, but not worth it to waive AJ Green for a shot. Yeah, for a shot at a little more cap space like they did with Chris Livingston. Slightly different league-wide valuations there. If I had to guess, I would guess multi-year deal, just under 8 figures AAV.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind. I think you max out at probably like 15
mil per year.
Yeah. I think that's
I think
a lot.
That would be a ton. I mean, Duncan Robinson is older, but you could say flip side is more proven. And you look at his deal on its face and it's like, oh, Duncan got 14 mil a year, but it's for 1 year. It's almost not guaranteed at all after that. I do think the role player market is getting squeezed quite a bit.
Yes, 100%. You either make very little or you make a lot.
Like you're the guys who win, like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, like you're the belle of the ball, or you're usually taking less. So I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that it's like 3 years, 20-some million.
Though. It's very different with extensions because that's where guys are more likely to get money compared to free agents. And that's why people have a lot of gripes with the CBA, is because free agents are kind of getting screwed over. Meanwhile, the real money is to be made with staying with the team, extending, and maybe getting traded later. That's how you make money in the NBA nowadays. So that's why I would sort of lean higher on an extension, because it truly is at this point apples and oranges when comparing free agents to extensions.
Very true. But Duncan also opted out of that deal and then ended up getting the same.
Duncan Robinson's also a worse player than AJ Green.
Ooh, I think they're pretty equivalent.
I think AJ is better.
AJ's better defensively. I think Duncan has more of an offensive bag. I mean, I think your take is fair. Schroeder got a lot of money. But it's the king, so it doesn't really count.
I think, and to be clear, when I say 15, I think that's what AJ Green and his team would want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they.
I think that's like the max they would like. Max. I think that's max reasonable. Price.
Yeah.
And if you do 15, you're only doing 2 years. You're not getting 3 years at 15.
It depends on maybe can you get a team option if you go that high? Like I don't know. We'll see, or maybe some partial guarantees later on.
I think the Bucks. I think your initial like kind of like 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what they're gonna try to go for.
Yeah.
And if I had to guess, I'd say they'd probably go 10 because they want the 8 figures.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we found out it was like 3 for 29 or 4 for 36. We'll see what happens.
If it's 4, you get it. If it's 4, it's a team option. If it's 3, I think it's no options.
They love player options, though.
I was going to say
it'll probably be a 3+1 player option at around 10 million AAV. That's the most Bucks outcome.
Yeah,
but you want it to be longer here.
Player options on. They don't like to give player options on. I guess Pat.
Miles
they kind of had to do Pat because they messed up the contract.
Miles Turner got one just now. I don't think Bob did,
but it's like you only do it for. Typically, they do the player options on like very, very small contracts.
Or Miles Turner or Pat Connaughton. I mean, that's a lot of contracts we're going through now.
Yeah, that's fair.
They don't sign many mid-tier contracts. Yeah, we'll see. We're just wildly speculating right now, but I think based on like around the league, I think somewhere in that 8 to 15 range per year makes sense, and maybe they'll shock us and it'll be like 4 for 25, and we'll be like, how the hell did that happen? But that's kind of been their whole summer. I mean, outside of Turner, every single deal they've done, and kind of KPJ, I've been like, how did they get that player for that price? The Rollins one, really, I know it's a very limited sample, but 3 years for like $4 million a year is phenomenal work.
Incredible. And Gary's just remains.
Yeah.
Gary Trent.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Gary Harris. I have some Gary Harris thoughts.
I don't have many. Real quick before this, just hot and fresh new Cruise Control Substack just dropped. Summer Sessions Work Never Stops. I got this during the pod. I'm subscribed here. Per Kyle Kuzma. And he dipped the pen here. He's also doing a YouTube series now. He's in Milwaukee, which I thought was neat. I didn't expect him to be in Milwaukee at this time of year. This has been one of my best summers basketball-wise in probably the last 3 to 4 years. No matter where I am, Germany, Ibiza, France, I'm always finding a gym and a weight room. The grind doesn't take vacations. What?
If you're going to Europe, go to Greece.
Well, I maybe the invite wasn't there. It's been all about getting back to the basics. A lot of shots, a lot of focus. I'm excited about where my game is heading. The work is showing, and I can feel the difference. That's your Cruise Control update.
You know what? He's saying the right things. Do I believe him? Not really. I'm sure he feels it's the best basketball summer he's had.
Yeah. He said off season, let's get back to being coos. Flex emoji, demon emoji, video camera emoji, popcorn emoji, basketball emoji, heart emoji.
Didn't he just turn 30?
Shush emoji. He posted this a month ago, so he was still 29, solidly 29 at that point. Just turned 30 yesterday. Happy belated birthday, Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, happy belated birthday, Kyle Kuzma. I didn't realize our birthdays were so close together.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to touch that. You know what? Let's
do the rotations. What do you want to start at PG and go from there?
Well, yes. I was thinking about how we could do this, but I was going to say, does it make sense to do like, who do we think are the starters? But I guess if we're going through each position, we are going to say who we think the starters should be. So let's go position by position group, and let's start with point guard. And I guess we should sort of frame this exercise by two. I thought about it in 2 ways.
Yeah.
I thought about it in 3 ways, actually.
Okay, wow. 3D chess.
And we can pick one. We don't have to do 3. I thought about it in the sense of what I think the Bucks are going to roll out day one.
Yep.
I thought about it in the sense of what the Bucks are going to do in terms of what they should do, in my opinion. And 3, what I think they're going to evolve to by the end of the season.
So I would say mine, and I put in the cron here, ideal Bucks rotations. I would say I did ideal realistic was my take. So like I think Kuzma will be part of the rotation, which I don't think is a nightmare, but I didn't start him. So I tried to kind of do a blend of like, I think this is probably close to what happens, and this is how I would do it in that realm. And I wouldn't change a ton. I would probably change a couple little things, but I would be perfectly content if they started the season with the rotation that I did. So I kind of split the difference between the first two. And I think maybe we go through it, and then at the end we can cover the third thing. I was almost like a topic of like, what do we think the changes will be as the year goes on?
I think that's fair. Let's start with point guard. So I think we can probably say that Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be the starting point guard.
Yeah.
For the Bucks. I think that's fairly set in stone-ish. Maybe not set in stone, but I think that's where they're trending.
I think that's the default assumption, and I think I wouldn't say set in stone, but I think that's the default assumption.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So where I slotted in, and like just these three guys,
yep,
you need to have. I think if you're a starting point guard in the NBA, you're getting at least 22 minutes.
Oh, you did less. So I slotted KPJ 26 minutes at the 1.
26 minutes. Okay, here's my rationale for going a little bit lower.
Do you have him at the 2 at all?
Not a ton. Okay. I think there are going to be some lineups, and I'll talk about this in a little bit, where I do think he is going to be a 2, and there is a lot of overlap there. But I think that this Bucks point guard room is kind of up for grabs.
Yeah,
I feel like this is the most up for grabs that it's ever been, really, for the Bucks. And you have 3 guys there who all feel like they can be a starter.
Yeah. All started games last season in the NBA.
Yeah, I think all of them are going to be coming into camp with the mindset like, hey, if I do enough, I could be the starting point guard for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes.
So that's why I had him at 22, because I feel like all 3 guys are going to get a solid chance to play.
Yeah.
And actually, Ryan Rollins, I had him at KPJ at 22. I had Rollins at 20.
So how about you just? I'm trying to think of the best. I did players at multiple positions. So for KPJ I just did the 1, 26 minutes at the 1. For Rollins I did 2 minutes at the 1, which I think is kind of just like a transitional thing, like between different lineups. But then 21 more minutes at the 2. So I also have him playing slightly fewer total minutes, but then being the primary backup 2 guard. So I'm seeing him as more of a combo guard playing with the 2 point guards, because I had Cole Anthony playing 20 minutes as the real backup point guard.
I had Cole at 15 minutes. I think it's going to start a little lower.
Okay. All right, we'll see how he does in camp.
Here's the thing, and I think this is a good thing we can talk about with this guard rotation, and you have a lot of Rollins, at the 2.
Yeah.
I think Rollins is a good player to have at the 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Bucks are going to be able to accommodate that with their roster. I don't. I think they are too lopsided towards their front court, and Doc's going to roll out some jumbo lineups.
Yeah, I mean, he
kind of has to. A lot of his best players are in the 4 or 5, and some of them are going to have to play the 3.
We'll get there. We'll get to that conversation. How about I do mine, and then we can discuss it, and then you do yours. Does that work? Because I feel like we're crossing streams a little bit at this point.
Yeah, I feel like I thought we'd be more aligned on this.
We're not very aligned. So for my point guard, I have KPJ 26, Cole Anthony 20, and then Rollins 2, just to get him a little bit more. I mean, ideally, I'd probably have him even be more than this. Maybe I do KPJ 24 and bump up Rollins by 2. Then they're just about equal. That probably makes a little more sense. And then at the 2, I have 27 for Trent and 21 for Rollins. And the way I see this, quick comment before the rest of it, I see the Bucks as having a lot of guys playing between 20 and 27-ish minutes per game. I don't think there's a ton of high minutes players. I just think that talent-wise, that makes the most sense. And that's like the season-long average. Obviously, if Gary Trent is, 5 of 6 from 3 in the first quarter, maybe he plays 34 minutes in that game. Like, you can move it around. But I put Rollins 2 minutes. I don't even know if he's really playing the 2 guard. I'm not like saying it's like a rigid positional thing where like, you're running floppy for him or whatever.
But he's not the lead guard.
He might be. I just think they're going to do 2 point guard lineups because I just think they have 3 playable point guards. I think they'll want to play together. And I put Rollins at the 2 because I think he fits with either. I wouldn't really like KPJ Cole Anthony lineups. So I think those 2 I would want more staggered, and then Rollins can play with either. He could be handling the ball in some of those configurations. I don't think it's impossible for him to do. I just think he's the more versatile to play with them because of the defense and the shooting. So that's why I slotted him at the 2. At the 3, I have AJ Green 28 minutes, which will probably feel low to folks. It is more, I think, than he played last year. And again, I just don't know if they're going to have a lot of guys who play 30. And then I have Kyle Kuzma at 23 minutes. I cut Taurean Prince. I maybe that's not realistic. I just don't see where the opportunity is because I didn't give Kuzma any minutes at the 4 or 5. And that's personal preference, but I think that's also just being realistic. I gave Giannis 32 minutes at the 4, all of his minutes. That's a little high. He actually played like 36 post All-Star break, I think, like when Dame went down, which feels like way too many. I would prefer he's in the low 30s. Maybe it has to trend up. I hope it doesn't that high. And then I have Portis with 16 minutes at the 4, and then 8 more at the 5. So that's 24 minutes for Bob. Sounds low. He usually doesn't play 30 for the Bucks, and he is again in that firmly third big role. So I don't think it's that low. And if you want to call Giannis the 5 and move the 8 minutes, I don't care. Like that is the Giannis Portis lineups is what I'm thinking there. Turner 30 minutes at center is pretty standard, and then Sims just like 10 minutes off the bench. So this is an 11-man rotation. I wanted to include Sims. Maybe it's more realistic that he doesn't play and we get 10 minutes of Taurean Prince instead, which isn't the end of the world to me, but I just think Sims showed enough that I'd like to see him play more. But it is less likely.
I also had Turner Sims 30-10. So
oh, nice. We're pretty close there. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure our Bob Giannis distribution is probably pretty similar too, right?
Yeah, I had Giannis 33. I had Bob like 17.
Okay, so way lower than me on Bob. So you go through yours. I'm guessing you're going to have some Kuzma at the 4 minutes then.
Yes, I am going to have some. Like I think I'll start the other way because it frames it frames the guard discussion because I think a lot about this team. I think a lot about this team in general.
Yeah. Same.
This team, like I said earlier, is so it's a lopsided roster, right? It heavily favors its bigger players, and it's whether that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing or maybe not a thing at all, it remains to be seen. We're going to have to figure that out as the season goes on. A lot of attention for Doc Rivers. And also quickly before I start, I think we did miss one bit of news. And maybe you talked about this. I can't remember exactly, but that Darvin Ham can't take a different job because he can't make a lateral move.
Well, he could, but the Bucks are blocking it.
Yes, like I say, he can't do it because the Bucks won't let him.
Yeah, so a couple teams wanted Darvin Ham to be their lead assistant, but Darvin Ham is the Bucks' lead assistant, so the Bucks said no. I don't think I really covered that. It was that, but that's good call out. Darvin is still around, which is pertinent to the Taurean Prince conversation.
Exactly why I thought about it. Yeah, that's what you mentioned Taurean Prince, and that rang a bell. Because the Bucks, it's not like they're going to say no, don't do that. It's like if he's up for a head coaching job, they would let him go 100%.
You're not allowed to block. I think if it's a promotion, like that's a league rule, but you are allowed to block if it's lateral.
Yeah. So last thing, so this Bucks front court, I do think Taurean Prince is going to get some minutes, and I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I think he's fine. Just don't have him be a 2-yard. Again, we've belabored that point. Just don't have him be a 2, and he's probably a good player for you. Yeah. Just reference the first half of last season. You can see that. I think Turner. I already mentioned Turner Sims 30-10. That's your 5 rotation. That's pretty set in stone. You don't pay and do all this to get Miles Turner just to not play Miles Turner a lot of minutes, and that's good. You should play Miles Turner a good chunk of minutes. He's very good at basketball. I've been getting
Yeah.
actually very excited about Miles Turner as a member of the Bucks. The NBA has actually been recently putting out like their dunk highlights from the season, like on their social accounts. And I'm
Yeah.
just seeing Miles Turner, and I'm like, oh, when's the last time the Bucks had a force at the five like this? I mean, I know it's Brook Lopez a few years ago. Uh, so maybe that was a little disrespectful, but it's nice to see again, I will say.
I'm super
Uh,
excited. I couldn't be more excited.
and
I mean, it gets played out as like, oh, they gave up so much, but yeah, it'll be a nice fit with Giannis. I think it's going to be a tremendous fit with Giannis. I can't wait to watch them play.
it's going to be so fun. Power forward, Giannis, 33.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing a majority of his time there. Again, I'm not going to get too bogged down in positions.
Yeah.
Uh, he's going to be playing mostly two big lineups. That's how the season's going to go. That's what they have the roster for.
Yeah.
I can see sometimes some stretches where they're going to have Giannis as the sole big on the floor, but I don't think those stretches are going to last very long.
I don't know if they're ever going to do it, and I don't mind. I think Bobby Giannis, I'm guessing you're counting that as too big, but they play small as a team when like conceptually when they do that, so I don't mind if that's their small configuration. If Bob's playing the way he played last year, like I have no issue.
I could see Prince being slotted in there.
Yeah,
is sort of that.
I feel like they worry about the rebounding.
Maybe for like 5 minute stretches.
I think if they do it with anyone, it's Kuz, to be honest, because Kuz is a little bigger and rebounds a little better.
Yeah. Kuz, I initially had him at 25.
So I had less, even though I'm the newsletter subscriber.
I said initially.
Okay.
As I was doing. And I'm cutting it down to like 20.
Yeah.
I think he's still kind of, I don't know what to do with Kyle Kuzma, Ty. I don't know what to do. He's probably, his biggest opening is at the three. I don't think he's very well suited to play the three. I think he's better as a four. And again, I think you're right. If there is going to be like a double, like a Giannis as a sole true big lineup, I think Kuzma makes the most sense. It's weird not counting Kuz as a big, even though he's like 6'10". But he's just not.
No, I mean, he plays like he's a forward. Like,
yeah,
he's a big, small. I think he is a big, small forward. He doesn't really play, even the modern game, he doesn't really play like a power forward to me.
Yeah. So I had Kuzma at 20, and with Giannis at 33, when you have Bob at 17, and you have Turner Sims eating up 40 minutes, I don't see a lot of runway for him to really be at the four.
No.
Which is why I see this guard rotation kind of being shrunk down a little bit. Because if you're going to put Kyle Kuzma somewhere and you're going to have him play 20 minutes a game, Taurean Prince is going to play. I think he's going to play. And if you slot him in at around 10, 15 minutes a game, that's your 3, 4, 5 rotation locked up.
No, there's some 3 minutes there.
Not very many though.
18.
If you're sticking with probably like I'd say anywhere from 10 to 18 minutes.
I think those should probably be AJ Green playing up a little bit.
I would say so. I think and this is why I'm glad I worked backwards actually.
Yeah.
Is because I think AJ is a 2-guard in my opinion.
Yeah. In an ideal world, yeah.
I think he is, out of that group, he is the best suited to play the three.
Yeah.
Because of his size, because of his defensive acumen, and just because he's a force of nature from beyond the 3-point line. He's big, he's sturdy, he's going to be able to handle more physical assignments, and it just makes sense. I don't feel like I need to explain this too much.
Yeah, no.
So if you have AJ Green at like maybe 10 minutes at the 10 to 12 minutes at the three, you kind of have to play him a few minutes at the two as well.
Yep.
And if you're playing Gary, I had Gary at like 25 minutes. You're playing Gary 25 minutes at the two, and you have that's basically 35 minutes of 2-guard action locked up. I don't think Gary's going to be able to slot down too much.
No.
Then you're left with probably
50 some minutes for 3-point guards.
Exactly, and only like 8 of them where 2 of them can be on the floor.
Yeah. So I think we've come to what is basically, and I don't think I thought of it this way coming in, so I'm glad we did this exercise. The inflection point of the rotation is big or small. That's the decision. And obviously we're not saying, again, Yerner, Giannis Turner Portis, Yerner,
that's a good nickname.
Our new German front court, Yerner.
Or they just really they really love and aspire.
They yearn, yeah. They just yearn heavily. That's stamped. I think no question. I think Gary at the 2 is stamped. I think AJ playing somewhere a good amount is stamped. That's about all that is. I think that is certain. Like, I think the guards will play some combination of minutes. I don't think anyone should feel comfortable saying, oh, this guy's for sure going to start and this guy's going to play this and this. I think it's open. They haven't seen all 3 of them together on the team before. I think they're excited about Cole Anthony. I don't think he will start, but we'll see what happens in camp. I think the big decision for Doc, and we will see how much all of the lip service, Doc and Horst, I don't know how much of this you caught, but over and over, like, oh, we like to play fast. We saw these groups with AJ and Trent and how important it is. I think it's really like who starts at the 3 and plays there. If it's Kuzma and or Prince playing a lot there, then one of the guards gets squeezed, and I think that makes them a worse basketball team. I think they have more talent at the guard, and shoving some of that into the 3, even if it's not ideal positionally, so that all 3 of the point guards, Trent and Green, can play a lot, I think that is their best path forward, personally. But maybe it's not as realistic to say Prince won't play at all. I will say, got a smaller the contract than everyone we just talked about except Anthony, pending the AJ Green extension. And that stuff does matter a little bit. It does kind of show you where they're thinking, at least a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I think you hit the nail on the head there. That is the inflection point for the season. And I think it starts with basically Kyle Kuzma and Taurean Prince. That's it. That's where you go, and that's where these decisions are made. My gut tells me that they're going to lean big because of all the, if we're saying money kind of spells things out, their money's tied up in big guys. Yeah.
Or, I mean, the flip side is like, do they just say like, hey, we're not interested in playing Kuzma as much this year, and we played him 8 minutes in our do or die game, and we played Prince, I think, less than that, and now we don't need to play him at the 4. They brought him in to be a 3. I'm buying into the Doc Holmes syndrome. I know I am. He just keeps talking about like, oh, we want to play fast, we want to go young, we need the shooting. AJ and Rollins and Porter and Trent are all going to have career years. He hasn't said Kuzma once. Maybe that means nothing. He has not talked about him. He has not talked about Prince. He cannot stop hyping up these young, fast guys who played so well with Giannis on the stretch. We'll see. Maybe I'll say it. I'm probably being a sucker. I'm saying all this crap, and first game it's going to be Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Harris, Gary Trent, Giannis, and Turner with Kuzma coming off the bench to play the 2 guard.
I think that would be the most entertaining basketball game.
I feel like at some point early in the season it's going to be like, wait, how much is Gary Harris playing? I think he makes so much sense. Neither of us
mentioned Gary Harris, and I've been thinking about this a little bit. I mentioned this earlier. It's the one signing I don't really get.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it from like it makes sense.
The agent piece, yeah, yes. Same agent as Miles Turner.
It makes sense from that perspective. But let's say in Miles Turner's head, it's like, oh man, I got to make sure I do right by my agent and get Gary Harris here before I sign with the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, or maybe that's how you get a meeting with it. I don't know.
That's how you. Yeah, I think it's more of like getting the agent in favor, and then the agent has some. I mean, obviously Miles makes the decision, but I do think have you heard my pitch for what it is?
I think for me, it's just been user break glass in case of emergency. Wing.
He's Pat Condon, but on a minimum instead of $10 million a year. Like,
didn't I say that?
Did you?
I think I said that
way back in. Wow, I said it like a week and a half ago and felt good about it. So someone dig up the archive in case I stole that from. Did you also say that Cole Anthony's going to be like T.J. McConnell?
No, I did not.
That's me? Okay, good. I was going to... that one I was really felt good about coming out, and be really worried if you had said that first too. But if that's what it is, that's totally fine. Like, that's good, actually. Like, I think I've seen this with the Livingston thing, too. Livingston got a contract. We talked, it doesn't need that much discussion of like, oh, how could you do this if you're not going to play him? You need to sign 15 guys. 15 guys won't play. I think it's totally fine if you feel like he's a good prospect and play him in the herd and if there's an opening. I don't think they should be like, we need to play Chris Livingston. Like, you're trying to win basketball games. I like Chris Livingston. If he plays well enough to earn it, fine. I don't subscribe to the idea that like we need to play the young guys to see like earn a spot or don't. There's 15 spots. You're not going to play 15 guys. Like that's
Chris
how
Livingston,
it goes.
Tyler Smith.
Yeah, Andre Jackson Jr., Gary Harris are the guys that were basically saying. I think Gary Harris and Ajax are the most likely to play out of that foursome. But I don't think either is all that likely.
No, I mean, I think one thing I wanted to mention in this discussion is Ajax. Neither of us even came close to mentioning him in this rotation.
No,
it's just too packed. It's too packed, and his skill set doesn't.
They don't trust him.
Mesh.
I mean, that's it. They don't trust him to play offense. I yesterday shared my favorite video to the Pusha T song of Wes Matthews, Bucks highlights, and said if they find one guy who gives them this consistently, they're going to be great this season.
2018 Wes Matthews would be the perfect 3 on this team.
Oh my god! And you see, even he's small, but like he could do it. Like there's clips in there of him.
He'd be perfect.
He blocks Jaylen Brown at the rim. He strips Kevin Durant on the way up. Like he could guard anybody that year. And the most common response I got was Ajax, and it's like there are offensive clips on the highlight package, and he's not as good of a defender as Wes Matthews was. He's more athletic and bigger, but that doesn't mean you're as good of a defender. He is not the play-to-play disruptor that Wes Matthews was at that point in his career. People also said Tyler Smith. I mean, you just got to prove more, and he hasn't had an opportunity. But it was a nice summer league. He has not shown anywhere close to that level of two-way play.
He didn't show anything that he can be a 3, which is what we were looking for.
I mean, he was picking up full court. I will say that. I was kind of like, okay, like you're guarding smaller players. That's nice to see, but the ball handling was not good at all. So that's not great for him. Some people said Kevin Porter Jr. Some people said Gary Trent. Those are the two where I'm like, maybe. One of those guys could maybe do it. We haven't seen it consistently two-way from both. I mean, neither of them will be as good as Wes was defensively.
Yeah, but again, that's where it comes down to that inflection point. There's an opportunity for those guys to slot down. Probably Gary more than KPJ.
Yeah.
To slot down. But if all your minutes are already tied up in your front court and your big guys, there's no opportunity for you to play there.
I mean, that's the biggest question, or what they need the most is, and I've seen like, I think their point guard rotation is so unproven. Like, kind of it is. I feel good enough that they'll get 40 good minutes a night from those guys, and I think it'll actually
not
be
even
okay.
Good, like serviceable minutes.
Yeah, I feel really strongly they'll get serviceable minutes every night from that combination of players. One might not have it some nights. You have two other options who all three have shown in the past, last season, that they could be plus players at that position. Not that word. Who can guard threes and do something offensively? That, to me, is like the biggest thing they need to figure out. That's the number one question, pending any sort of a roster move.
Yeah, 100%. Who's going to be your standout defenders in this lineup? Your perimeter defenders? Is AJ Green their best perimeter defender right now?
Trent showed me something in the playoffs, and I do think the guard room, the point guard room, like Kevin Porter Jr. is kind of tall. I mean, he's not going to guard true wings, but seeing what and obviously Rollins is pretty good. He's just a little smaller, but maybe Rollins. I think Rollins. The more I thought about the West thing, Rollins is probably the closest I think they have to a guy who could play like Wes Matthews did for them.
I think so. He's just unfortunate for him. He's just undersized.
He's probably longer wingspan than Wes, though. If Wes could guard Kevin Durant, can he guard Jaylen Brown? Maybe he's not bulky enough. Wes was stronger. That's the other thing.
Yeah, Wes was a lot stronger.
That's what they're missing.
It was the strength and the length.
I think AJ is probably the strongest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he the best perimeter defender on the team?
I'll give it to Giannis. That's my other answer. Actually, when I thought about this, I'm glad it came up. you look at the East and there's not a whole lot of like 3-4s that I'm all that worried about. And I don't think
it's crazy you say that because as I was saying that, I'm going through my head
like
and I was
who do
trying
they
to
have
think
to
of,
guard?
I was about to say like, assume they play Team X. Who's going to guard X? And I'm like, oh, what's the scenario? What's the scenario?
Hey, there's not one. I went through this the other day. So Boston has Jaylen Brown, good player. Like they don't have a perfect player for that. Like Giannis can do some, and then some of their other wings,
OG.
like Kuzma off the bench. Yeah, like OG. Like the Knicks have a lot of guys, but Giannis probably guards OG. Mikal, I'm fine with the guards guard. I mean, Mikal Bridges, if he beats you, that's fine. I think they have some guard defenders they can throw at. Brunson's going to kill them like he always does, but Turner is so much more well-suited to guard Cat than Lopez that I think that matchup will feel totally different next season. The Pacers, Siakam, like Giannis, okay, that's fine. The Cavs, like Giannis on Mobley, they have two guards who give them problems, but like the East does not really have that team with Tatum out of like, oh, they have the two wings. Like, how are you going to guard both wings? Like, I don't think that really exists.
If you're talking about like that size of player, maybe Cade. Cade's like 6'8".
Yeah, Cade's harder. Cade's a good one. But again, like I'm saying, no team has two of them.
Yeah.
Like, I think when you have two, and this was Boston's whole thing of like, you know, you have to put really bad defenders on like Derek White or Drew who are like good offensive players, and then the Jays can get switches. Like, I don't think there's many teams out there that are going to be able to do that with size in a way that they maybe
the Hawks.
Yeah, like Jalen Johnson, who again I think Giannis will guard him, and then like I'm fine with Turner on Porzingis. I'm not really worried about like Ricochet dicing up AJ Green. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I'm just thinking about big teams because the Hawks, I think they only have one player under 6'6".
Yeah. They're big, but they're not. Most of them aren't big in a way that like, oh, that guy's gonna put you in the basket every time.
They're not big and fast and like twitchy.
Or just like they're not going to play bully ball, I don't think. Offensively. Defensively, maybe. Offensively, though, I think.
Defensively, they're going to play a lot of bully ball.
Yeah.
They are going to grind teams into the ground. I think the Hawks are going to be pretty darn good next year.
I'm so back and forth because then I look at them and I'm like, who's their second best ball handler? Jalen Johnson, I suppose.
Dyson Daniels?
It's not very good.
He was better last year.
It was a little better last year.
But Jalen Johnson is probably the correct answer.
Jalen Johnson.
Which is, it's a good option.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Then third is like Dyson Daniels or Nah. Yeah.
Yeah. But that team in the East doesn't really stand out, right? I guess the Pacers, like, you got Nesmith, Nembhard.
But again, like, no, is Nesmith bowling through AJ Green? Not really.
No.
Like my first thought was like, oh, how would the Bucks guard the healthy Celtics if they have to start AJ and Trent? But that team doesn't exist this year, and I don't think there's another team that really has like a 3-4 who you're like, oh, we could never guard that team if we have to start a 2 at the 3. Like I think it's a good year for them to lean into that if that's what they decide to do. I think they should.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm in agreement with you, Tom.
No, I
think that's what should happen. I just don't think it's going to. I think if we're doing ideal realistic, this is how I would parse out my ideal realistic lineup. I don't think it's realistic to say, okay, we're cutting Kuzma out unless he's only playing the 4 next to Giannis when you have Miles Turner. Like that's just there's not enough minutes of that.
No.
Unless you want to cut into Turner's minutes and say, oh, you're only playing 25 a night, which doesn't seem like good value. Like he's your second best player. You need to be able to. You need to be able to showcase your second best player.
How many minutes does he actually usually play? I don't know if I looked at this. Like 30? I don't know if 30 is high for him or he's 30, but then 27, then 29, then 29, then 31.
It's been high 20s.
Yeah, high 20s to 30.
And that's fine. That's what the Bucks have done with Brook.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they did with Brooks. So
it's hard to play center. Most centers aren't playing like 36 minutes per game.
Yeah, and Turner's not the kind of guy who's like, oh, well, maybe we'll put him at the 4 for a few minutes. No, I think Kuzma will play. The Prince thing is the big one, but also, I guess, if I want to make mine a little more realistic, you cut our guy Jericho Sims, and then we'll take like 1 or 2 minutes from a couple other players, and then there's like 13 minutes for Taurean Prince as well. Yeah.
And then you just have more Bob Giannis at the 5. Which I'd be okay. Yeah. I mean, I'd be sad for Taurean Prince or for Jericho Sims, but I mean, as soon as they brought in Turner, not my first thought, but one of the thoughts you get to is like, oh, there's just less for Sims now. I mean, because you want the quote unquote small lineup where it's Giannis and or Bob, and obviously Turner's going to play a lot. We'll see. I think that could be one of the, to your point, of like changes. Maybe Sims starts out with less of a role, and maybe that grows over time if Prince and or Kuzma aren't playing well. We'll see.
Or on the team.
Yeah, that's the other one.
I still think this team is primed for a Kyle Kuzma trade.
Oh, yeah.
I can't, like, the more I think about how this rotation is going to look, the more I think they need to move on.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's still a lot of business pending in the league. I think we've talked about like the Malik Monk multi-team trades with Kuzma. Like,
it's all thanks to the Warriors who are just doing nothing.
No.
Well, apparently, the reports are they have Horford and Melton lined up ready to go pending the Kuzma deal.
Hopefully the Kuzma deal. But that's a big pending because there's like no progress. Teams are offering, they don't like the offers. They don't want to take Monk on, which I thought a little strange for the Warriors to take that. Don't have a lot of guard play on the team outside of Steph, but I guess that's they're big pods.
You don't
believers.
have a lot of play on the team aside from Steph anyway.
Yeah, I don't fully understand their vision.
The roster's
at the moment.
Not good.
I like Jimmy. I like Steph. I like Draymond. They're all very old. And outside of those three, it is kind of like, oh, God, who's next?
No. Sorry, I should have said Jimmy, too. I mean, it's just those two.
Yeah. So, I think there's, I think I don't think the Bucks are desperate to make a trade. Maybe they should be. I don't think they are. But there is certainly still room. Like, there's going to be deals happening where players making that kind of salary are moving, and that's where you could jump in and do something with that salary slot.
And I think it's more likely a midseason trade because we've talked this inflection point for a while now, and they're going to. I mean, hopefully, they're going to see which one works. Right? Yeah. You're going to see. You're going to try both in different stretches, different circumstances against different teams. I hope, Doc, please.
Yeah.
And then you make your decision. You see, okay, it's by some miracle this actually works. We're playing Kyle Kuzma at the 3, and we're very bottom heavy. It works. We're doing good things. Okay, cool. Let's maybe it's a Jericho Sims trade or something. Maybe he becomes a
or he's just like maybe we're just like, hey, we're gonna start giving Giannis is off a game, Turner's off a game, and he's ready to play a lot in those circumstances. I mean, it's not. I don't know if they signed him with any concrete promise of minutes, but you're the next big up. If any of the bigs are out, you're going to be able to come in and play a lot of center minutes, and those 3 guys are going to miss some time throughout the course of the year. I mean, Bobby's been very healthy outside of the suspension, but Turner the last couple of years has missed games. Giannis is not going to play 82. Maybe he's also the break glass in case of emergency guy.
That's why I guess.
Yeah, literally. Hey, we kind of jokingly read through the Kuzma newsletter or whatever. If he comes in and shoots 36% from 3, things start to crystallize a lot, and that becomes a lot more realistic that he can be like their main backup 3, and it could work. You could also just stagger him with Giannis. I mean, that's the other thing. Outside of Cole Anthony, pretty much everyone besides Kuzma and Giannis do shoot. So, like, Giannis goes out, someone else goes out, and it's like Portis, Kuzma, Turner, Rollins, Green or something. Like, a lot of spacing there.
Yeah, there is. I think there is a roadmap for it to work, and I think that's going to influence the decision. And if it doesn't work, then you can, start to get your trades lined up. Yeah,
I'm still looking at, even the summer, I mean, Sacramento's doing something. Sure seems like. I think Toronto, if not before then, like they're not going to be a tax team. Even if they were kind of good, I don't think they'd want to be a tax team. Just kind of cheaply got rid of Masai Ujiri. I don't think they are all out balls to the wall for this basketball team. Usually not a good sign. We don't want to pay the guy who built the team anymore. Usually not a great omen for.
To be fair, and what team had he built?
Well, no, I'm not saying he did a great job, but he put this team together, and they immediately were like, "You can go now." Does not usually show you that the ownership has a ton of faith in the direction, which means they probably don't want to pay the tax for this team. We'll see. Maybe they start 30-1. If they start 30-1, I'll wear a Raptors shirt the rest of the season. I could have probably gone bolder, but
I'll do it too.
We'll wear Raptors shirts.
There's been one team that's done that.
Yeah, if they're the next one, then we'll wear a Raptors shirt for the rest of the season.
There's been one team in NBA history that's actually accomplished that.
Yeah, and if it doubles, we'll be buying some Raptors shirts. You heard it here first.
We'll become a Raptors podcast.
No. I don't want to go that far.
Who cares? It's not going to happen.
You can start.
They're going to lose their first 2 games.
I've learned crazy things have happened. I'm not going to go too crazy. I was gonna say tattoo. Don't want to do a tattoo about the Raptors. So
you don't have to.
You never know.
I do, Ty.
All right. Well,
I will get a Raptors tattoo if they go 30-1.
How about this? You want to do 1,000-1 odds? I'll bet you $1 that the Raptors don't go. Okay. See, exactly. There's a line somewhere.
Wait, $1?
So I give you $1 if the Raptors don't go 30-1, but you give me $1,000 if they do.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do less than 1,000. That's not 100. 100.
Okay.
$1,000 not fun between friends. So yeah, I will Venmo you $1 if they lose 2 games before they win 30.
Yeah, and I'll still keep that tattoo on the line.
Okay. It's like from The Office. Like if John Cougar Mellencamp, you always take 1,000 or 100-1 odds. You just do it. Although I did see someone put like $100 or $10 on the White Sox to finish 6th in the AL, and it was like one of these things where they tweet out like, "Oh, you'd win this much." You just threw that away. And maybe I just threw away $1.
You threw away $1.
$1 is less though, and it was content.
It is good content.
We can track this for about 2 days in the season.
Yeah. Are we going to remember this by the season?
Maybe not. Maybe I'm not even out $1. We'll see.
Yeah. Listeners, keep us
honest here about this bet, this big time bet. I bet I could get better than 100-1 odds, but it doesn't. I'm not going to do it.
No, it's like $1 million. Again, there's been one. Did the Warriors even do that?
I don't even know if they did that. No, they probably didn't because they were 24-1 when the Bucks beat them. I mean, did they win
26-1?
What 26-1?
What was that? 2014-15?
No, that was the KD team, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, no, that wasn't KD team.
Oh, was it?
That was 73-9 year. That was.
Oh, it was 15-16.
Yeah, 15-16.
You're right. Yeah, when they 73 and lost.
15-16 Warriors regular season. I spelled every single word wrong in that.
Dude, I feel like I rely too much on like the robot fixing it for me. And then when it doesn't, I get mad.
They did not go 30-1. They lost. They went 29-2. So probably the first team ever. No team. No, yeah, it's correct. No team has ever gone 30-1 because they were the only team that made it that far.
Something to watch here with the Toronto Raptors.
Sure, something to watch 3 games about.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
I'm giving them a win in there. That might be a little.
Yeah, I know. It might be 2 games. 2 games and done. I haven't seen what their schedule looks like. Is the schedule even out yet?
I don't think it's out.
Yeah, it's not out yet. So I need them to have a soft. I need them to have a soft first 31. No, I don't think the Bucks get a Christmas game. Although a lot of guys are out, so maybe like the Celtics probably don't get one either. The Pacers would have, but probably don't. So maybe they do actually.
Yeah, or it's just all West teams.
It's going to be a lot of West teams. I mean, the Lakers, Mavs, I think you can pen in there.
Yep.
The Warriors probably still get one because they draw.
The Knicks
will, of course. Do they do like Warriors, Cavs?
They might do Warriors, Cavs.
The question is, I think for the Bucks, the question is, do they give it to the Sixers, the Celtics, the Pacers, or the Bucks? I could see one of those teams getting in along with the top 2. I don't think they'll do Orlando yet. I don't think they'll do Atlanta, but maybe.
No, I don't think yet. It's categorized the same way as Orlando. They haven't really shown it.
And they don't have a Wemby, right? Like Wemby gets there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Spurs.
Spurs will probably be there. Yeah.
Clippers?
They might. Chris Paul retirement tour.
Yeah, last Christmas game.
They probably could take the Suns off. I think the Suns have been on recently. Oh, Rockets though. Rockets will be there. So Rockets, Clippers maybe.
Yeah. How many games are there usually?
Five games. So Cavs, Warriors, Rockets, Clippers. What's the other one?
Lakers, Mavs.
Lakers, Mavs, Spurs. One of the East teams I mentioned, maybe.
Yeah.
And then that would leave one more. Are we forgetting anyone out west? No, we got the LA teams and the Warriors. Oh, it's Thunder. Thunder, someone.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Thunder. Thunder will for sure get a game, right? Thunder. Oh, probably Thunder. Thunder Nuggets. Rematch of that playoff series. We haven't said Nuggets.
I can see that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the Bucks aren't getting a Christmas.
No, I remember the Spurs and one East team that I hadn't mentioned. I think it'll be them versus.
Did we say the Knicks?
Oh, did I not?
I think that's the Knicks.
Oh, so probably the Knicks. So yeah, they probably won't then. Sad.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, the streak already ended, and they didn't get one last year.
Yeah, I mean, God, they leave out the Cavs. They probably don't, right?
Maybe the Clippers don't get one.
I just think the CP thing. I think the Rockets will for sure. Second seed, adding Kevin Durant. I think they'll want to do that. Clippers
is probably border. Do it based on that. They do it based on
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know if CP moves the needle enough.
Yeah, I don't think maybe I was.
But it's like Kawhi, Harden, Chris Paul, Beal. It's just a lot of names.
Yeah, Brooke. Giving you a Christmas game?
Brooke Lopez. Ivica Zubats. Blazers?
Need to get him on Christmas.
Hansen Yang?
No. If the Blazers get one of the Bucks, then I will have a big.
Should do Blazers Bucks.
Can you imagine?
God. Probably the worst Christmas game of all time.
Yeah. Wasn't the worst Christmas game when didn't the Bucks like blow up the Knicks by like 30 one year?
Yeah, back when the Knicks weren't good, but they just always put them on there.
Yeah.
That's like I feel like one of the last games they won. I mean, they come back against Boston, but normally their Christmas games have been bad.
Yeah.
5 months from today, we'll see.
We shall see, and we shall see what the Bucks do the rest of with the season. The rest of the season hasn't started, and we'll keep you updated as the summer and this off season progresses. Maybe we'll do some more fun things, like some wacky ideas.
We got our Bucks composer thing still. People say don't forget to do that. We'll do that
because
it's coming up.
Be August.
Yeah, but from now to EuroBasket, assuming no news. I mean, we'll cover any news. I think that'll be the time for us to do that.
Yeah, we'll have some fun stuff planned for August, but we'll keep you updated for all things Milwaukee Bucks here on the Gyro Step. And I'll say thank you for listening to this episode of the Gyro Step, part of Blue Iron GSPN, presented by our amazing friends over at PrizePicks. Make sure you check out all the pods we mentioned earlier, Jordan's book, the event, all that fun stuff. Check out gspn.info for all our links. Make sure to subscribe to wherever you're listening to or watching this podcast. Whether that's your podcast platform of choice or YouTube. Again, check out the new Talk of the Tundra YouTube. Pod Random. And we'll talk to you next time.